Hey, how you doing there? Henry Olson here from Super Simple Guitar, and today we are going to be taking a look at how Eric Clapton plays acoustic blues guitar. Let's have a listen. So you can hear, it sounds like there's two guitar players playing. There's the dut happening, and then he's playing the chords at the same time. So that, when I first heard it, I couldn't believe what was happening, and I thought it was impossible, right? But lucky for you, today in this lesson, I'm gonna break down step by step what's going on so that you can learn how to play in the style of Eric Clapton. Let's get into it. Now, I don't know about you, but I like how that sounds. So before we can understand Eric Clapton's acoustic blues guitar playing, it's a good idea to get a feeling for why he plays the way he plays and who his biggest inspiration was. So if you don't know, Eric Clapton's biggest inspiration and really the true godfather of the Delta Mississippi blues is a fellow named Robert Johnson. Now, Robert Johnson died very young at the age of 27, the same as Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and Kurt Cobain. For some reason, a lot of the greats, that seems to be like how long they tend to live. But anyway, Robert Johnson was so much of an inspiration to Eric Clapton that Clapton even recorded a blues album called Me and Mr. Johnson. He even named his guitar festival the Crossroads Guitar Festival, Crossroad being a famous song that Robert Johnson composed. So it's pretty obvious that Robert Johnson had a huge impact on Eric Clapton and his playing. And he really is the first guy that actually had this technique where he was playing the bass notes and the melody at the same time and singing. So that's pretty incredible. And even today, Eric Clapton says that he considers playing exactly the way that Robert Johnson played to be a lifetime accomplishment. So that really means something. Now, the funny thing about Robert Johnson is that there's an old myth that he went away, sold his soul to the devil, and that's why he got these godly abilities to play the guitar. There's even some crazy old interviews by Son House, who was Robert Johnson's influence. Son House tells the story of how young Robert would come to the jam sessions and pick up the guitar and would basically be a very poor guitar player. And as Son House tells it, Robert Johnson disappeared for about 6 months, came back, picked up their guitar at a jam session, and totally blew everybody away with his playing. They literally couldn't believe it. So that leads us to question of the day. Do you think Robert Johnson sold his soul or not? And do you think it's even possible to sell your soul to get unearthly abilities to play music or do anything talented in life? Let me know in the comment section. All right, now let's get in the close-up and check out exactly what's going on. See you there. All right, so let's get into exactly what's happening here now. So first, let's check out the chord progression to keep things as simple as possible. And by the way, if you've been enjoying this lesson so far, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and also smash that bell. That really helps me out a lot. Thank you. Okay, so let's check it out. So it's an 8-bar blues. Starts out on A. We're in the key of A. So it's starting on A for 1 bar, 2, 3, 4 into the E, 2, 3, 4 down to the D, 2, 3, 4 for 2 bars, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, super simple, right? Nothing special happening there. But that's our basic structure. So what does Clapton do and what do these blues legends do to make the simple chord progressions sound really cool? Well, let's check it out. So instead of playing an A here, what we're going to do is we're going to play a nice little A triad down here. So I'm on the 9th fret with my first and with my middle finger, and my ring finger is on the 2nd string, right? Just as you were playing a D chord, as if you were playing a D, but down here. And what Clapton does is he doesn't play it like a normal strumming. He uses this finger here to kind of do these upstrokes and downstrokes. Okay, so that's our A, right? Little A triad going into an E7 triad, right? And if you don't know where these triads are and you want to know, I have a free picture chord book that teaches you that, okay? You can download that. There's a link for it above or below me, okay? Also, I have an entire course where I teach the theory behind that, all about triads, all about how to play chords all over the fretboard. If you're interested in that, it's inside of the All Access membership. Okay, so check it out. We're playing the A down here. We're playing the E here. So I'm just barring down on the first 4 strings, and my middle finger is getting that note there, which is the 7th on the 10th fret. Okay, then we're going into a D7 down here. So it's A into that E7. He does another little move there, but let me keep it simple for now. Then he goes into the D7 for 2 bars, we said, right? Then back to A, but instead of playing the A here now, what we're going to do is we're going to make it more interesting, and we're going to do a little... See how cool that is? So instead of just playing an A chord, we're doing this little shuffle move. Bum, 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 bum. I also have an entire blues course inside of the All Access membership if you want to learn more about this. I'm just going to do a quick rundown for now, okay? So really quickly, what I'm doing is I'm holding down the 4th string, 2nd fret, and I'm pedaling between the 2nd fret and the 4th fret, and I'm playing the open 5th string. For the E, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going up 1 string, set, back to the A, and then it ends on the E. Right? Already sounding pretty cool, right? We've come a long way from playing those chords, but how can we make this even more cool? Well, what Clapton does is he starts on the A, right? Then on the E, we're going to do a little hammer-on to this note. Then he's going to go to this note first. So he has this little melody going. So, and by the way, for my All Access members, I'm going to have this tabbed out. Okay, so don't freak out. If you're a member, that's going to be tabbed out for you. Okay, so then into the D7, when he goes to the D7, he's going to do this. And then release that first finger and then put it back on, just to add movement, right? So on the A, nothing really happening special. On the E, we're already doing this. So it's a hammer on, going to the 12th fret, releasing, into that D7. A, E, A. So, did you hear that? That was a little turnaround there that I add into the 7th bar to make things sound even more interesting, okay? So, by adding in these little turnarounds, by adding in these little melodic movements within your chords, you're already spicing things up a lot, and we're already about 75% there. So now let me show you the last ingredient and the most difficult ingredient that you're going to have to practice the most, okay? And that is with your thumb pedaling those bass notes. So as I'm playing this, my thumb is just playing these quarter notes, right? Your thumb is going to want to do the same thing as these fingers. It's going to be very difficult to keep the thumb going like this and have your fingers playing, you know, double, right? So for the A, I'm playing the A bass note. For the E, I'm playing the E bass note. When I go into the D, I'm playing the D bass note. I start off on the D bass note, and then what Clapton does is something really cool that I really enjoy. So he starts like this. Then he hits the open E, and then he goes into F sharp. So that's really slowly. And now another really cool thing that he does, instead of going here and doing this, which sounds great, he does this cool little move. So this is an A7, right? It looks like a D, but now I'm one string set higher up, and I'm on the 5th fret, right? And that's it. That's an A7. And then I'm just doing a half step back, which is a typical blues move. Anytime you're playing a 7th chord, you can play it a half step back or a half step forward. It's going to sound good. So that's what Clapton takes advantage of. He goes into this A7, he goes a half step back, and then he goes back in. Again, that thumb has to keep pedaling. Okay, so check it out. And now instead of pedaling that E like this, we're just going to hit it dead, and then we're going to go into a little turn. Okay, so that's too much for me to cover now in this lesson, but these are kind of the basics of what's happening there. Really simple way to play the turnaround would be to play that E, and then just simplify it and play this here. So okay, so now I'm on the 1st string 5th fret, and I'm on the 4th string 5th fret, and I'm just playing them together. And then with my 1st finger, I'm just walking down, right? So this finger is staying where it is until now, and then that takes me to that E7. So let me just simplify it for you so I don't have to go into too much detail. And then I want you to do is practice this and make it yours. Okay, so check it out. And then it just repeats, okay? So those are some cool ideas about how you can start taking simple chords that you're already playing and take that history of Robert Johnson all the way up to Eric Clapton and make it yours. Again, for my All Access members, I'm going to have that tabbed out. Always some extra goodies for my members. Check it out. There's a 7-day free trial if you want to just get the tab and sign up, get the tab and cancel. I don't mind. And that's about that. Okay, my friends, I hope you liked this lesson. Again, if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and check out the All Access membership, download my free book. That's about that. Good stuff here at Super Simple Guitar for you. All right, take it easy. Henry Olsen here. Bye-bye.